Debate on the planned amendments to the Miscellaneous Provisions Trial by Judge Alone Bill 2017 took off today in the Senate. The bill, which could see a removal of trial by jury in some instances, is being strongly rejected by both opposition and independent senators. Independent Senator, Senior Counsel Sophia Choit said the bill poses a serious threat to the democracy of this country, which she said extends beyond a person's right to vote.
We ought to try to ensure is that members of the public should be able to play a part in civic and in civil life. And the way in which the average person is entitled or is permitted by law to do that is by performing jury service.
Government Senator Clarence Rambarat said the bill does not seek to take away this right.
The time to address this issue of the abolition of trials by jury has not arrived. And none of us could say whether it has arrived. It will arrive. But what we know is that this bill intends and seeks to add the option for a criminal accused to seek a trial by judge only.
Mr. Rambarat said the growing issue of crime requires an exploration of different avenues, including legislative.
We may not always agree on the word-for-word content of every bill that is presented in this Senate. We may not always agree. But I think if it's one thing we agree as a responsible Senate and we agree as a country, that we need to deal with this thing we call the issue of crime.
The Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi defends government's decision to abolish trials as he quoted statistics from the prison's population. He said as of March 9, 2017, the remand population stood at 2,159. Of these people, 839 have been granted bail but are still incarcerated. 331 cannot have bail, while over 1,000 plus stand there for murder. The Attorney General noted that the prison population is also directly connected to the length of time it currently takes criminal matters through to completion.
2,337 cases, 58% of them in the Port of Spain court alone. 64% of matters of the 1,354 pending in Port of Spain are pending for 15 plus years. 15 plus years. 58% of the figure standing at Port of Spain alone for over 15 years.
He also argued that jury trials result in costs to taxpayers.
The cost estimated in the Vindra Naipaul case was somewhere close to, as estimated by Ramesh Lawrence Maraj, as quoted in the Caribbean, in the Trinidad Guardian newspaper on the 18th of June 2016, the estimated cost for that trial was put somewhere close to $60 million.
Opposition Senator Gerald Ramdeen, in his response, argued that the right to trial by jury is one that has existed for centuries. He blasted the Attorney General from bringing legislation to the Senate with only 1 week's notice.
The trial by jury in this country is an absolute right to anyone who is tried on indictment. And any interference with that absolute right, whether it is to give an option, to abolish, to amend, or whatever, it is a matter of grave concern to every single citizen of this country. And to come to this Parliament, Madam President, and to give the other side, the opposition and the independents, less than 1 week's notice to debate a matter of this kind of importance to the people and to the democracy of this country cannot be satisfactory on any standard.